So the biggest impediment to economic growth right now is slow productivity growth. So if you want to increase growth, period, that's got to be a priority area. The problem is we don't have a dial that says productivity growth on it that we can turn up and down. One area that we have a good idea that moves productivity growth is basic research. I think that is an area that could use some renewed attention. We also know that there is an increasing gap between the productivity of the most efficient companies and the average companies. And we also know that workers' earnings are closely tied to the success of the company they work at. That would suggest that if there are ways that we can figure out how to get the best practices employed at the most efficient companies to be adopted successfully by more typical companies, we can both get productivity growth and perhaps increase the earnings of people throughout the pay scale. So how do you get sort of the average company to keep up better with the most efficient companies? It's a hard thing to do. It's not something where they could just sort of look at what the most efficient company does and copy it, and it happens that easily. So, if it were easy to be as good as the best, everyone would be the best, but that's just not the way it ever is. But that doesn't change the fact that whatever gap there typically is has actually been growing lately, and if we could somehow reduce that split or somehow start to shrink it, it could make a big difference. One other area that looks like it has potential for increasing productivity growth is infrastructure investment. Now, there are a lot of political considerations that sometimes mean infrastructure decisions aren't necessarily allocated as well as you'd like them to, but carefully considered and thought out infrastructure investment could raise productivity. Moreover, the sectors that would be most involved in putting that into place, the construction and manufacturing sectors, are areas where traditionally you have middle-class jobs that pay very well. So during this period of an infrastructure investment ramp-up, I would expect you'd have more of those jobs available. And not only would it employ people who might not otherwise be employed or be employed at those pay rates, you would also be laying the foundation for more productivity growth in the future.